Once upon a time there was a very beautiful but very lonely young maiden who more than anything else wanted to find a true love. She would pore through the Lonely Hearts mail order catalog by the hour, but never with any luck. Day after day she stood on a busy street corner where all the handsome young blades of the kingdom passed by sooner or later, but all they ever did was to pass without giving her a second look. If this kept up, she might turn out to be an old maid. Could it be that a handsome young man would never ask her for a hand in marriage? What could be the trouble?
Good heavens, you don't suppose it's something my friends won't tell me? Well, maybe I'm putting on too much weight.
Well, she was relieved to see that weight was not her problem. She was still a dainty 165 pounds. Then she noticed her fortune on the back of the weight card, and what she saw set her heart a-twitter, for it said, "A wicked witch will put you to sleep with an evil spell. Then a handsome prince will awaken you with a kiss, and you will live happily ever after." She was overjoyed.
Oh, boy, a handsome prince. Just what I've always wanted. Oh, you nice machine. You've made me the happiest beauty in the world.
And with that, she dashed off to await the witch. She waited and waited and waited. 2 months later, she was still waiting, and the witch hadn't shown up.
That fortune card just can't be wrong. If the witch won't come to me, I'll go to the witch. I wonder which witch was supposed to do the job.
A short time later, she arrived at the house of a little witch who lived just outside of town and knocked on the door. She rang the bell. Anyway, the witch answered.
Come in.
Where have you been?
Right in here, brewing away, honey. Pass the powdered bat, will you please? Now, very carefully, I add just a teeny-weeny pinch. Oh, drat, that's the third time this week I must be putting too much yeast in the darn stuff.
Never mind that. You were supposed to cast a spell on me.
I was? Oh, that's funny. There's nothing in my appointment book about it. What was I supposed to do, honey? Turn you into a toad?
No.
I got it a camel.
No. You were supposed to put me to sleep.
Sleep? Oh, say you must be Beauty.
That's right, Frances Beauty. And
land's sakes, I remember now. The assignment completely slipped my mind. Well, you just sit there, honey. I'll have you to sleep.
Now, here, silly. We gotta go out where the prince will be sure to find me.
Beauty hurried the witch off to the local park, and with no further delay...
Now, I lie here on the park bench and you put me to sleep.
All right, child. Here we go. Prickly thorn, Morpheus horn. There, my dear, don't weep. I cast the spell right on your head, and you will sleep, sleep, sleep. You asleep, honey?
No.
Well, that's funny. I must have forgotten the spell. I'll try again.
And the little old witch tried every spell she could think of.
Rock-a-bye, Beauty, in the treetop.
But nothing she did could put Beauty to sleep.
Why don't you try counting bats, honey?
But it was too late, for just then the handsome prince was seen riding toward them on his gallant steed.
Now, don't worry, honey. I'll think of the right spell in a minute, dear. Now, just
There's no time for that. Now the prince is coming. Out! He mustn't see you.
With no time left, Beauty did the only thing she could do on such short notice. She dove to the park bench and pretended she was asleep. And as the prince approached...
Good heavens! It sounds like a terrible beast in yon bushes. But I'm a brave young prince, so I will go in there and slash him and kill him until he's dead at least. And then I'll... Wait a minute. That isn't a beast, it's a beauty, and she sleeps. You are asleep, aren't you, ma'am?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I bet an evil witch has cast a spell on her. I will kiss her and wake her so we can live. Happily ever after, that is.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought you'd never get here.
Sweetie!
Darling!
Hold it, hold it.
What do you want?
I just remembered the spell that will put you to sleep. Ready?
No! I don't need that now!
And with that, Beauty fell to the ground sound asleep.
See, I knew I'd...
But so did the prince.
Oops, I goofed. Well, if I'm not a little stinker. Well, they'll both be asleep for 100 years or more, so if you come back then, we'll finish the story for you. Right now, I've got an appointment with a fellow named Rip Van Winkle. Wonder if I'll have any trouble with him.
'Today's lesson is mighty important, remember?
Bullwinkle is a...
Not that lesson. This lesson.